For their second moonwalk, Young and Duke will make various stops during a drive 2.7 miles to the south, up near the summit of a large hill called Stone Mountain.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, you're looking right at Cinco and Tony. We doesn't feel like we're climbing, but we've been climbing for quite a while here. I just looked at the pitch meter and it was pegged out a minute ago.
Wow.
We're climbing up about a 10-degree slope now.
Okay.
Let's see, 6 was at 000 at Barely, what should we be heading for? Those craters up there? Don't tell me that. Okay, see that one? It's sort of a funny shape. Looks like it's got a breach in the southeast side at 12 o'clock? Yeah. That's it. The one at 12 o'clock, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, Houston, now that we get up to up Stone Mountain, my assessment is it's not any worse than what we've been driving down. I think this is one of our benches here, John. I think it is, huh? Yeah, we're at 3.3, and 5 should be at 3.3. And, okay, Tony, we're on a flat area now at 3.55 at 3.3. And I think it apparently is a bench. We're passing Station 5, a little to the east.
Okay, glad you can recognize it there. That's great.
And it's, I tell you, it's just as blocky here. The black population is up again to about 40 to 50%.
Okay, you might look for a fresh crater that would punch through that ray material in the Descartes for Station 5 when you come back.
Wow, what a place. What a view, isn't it, John? It's absolutely unreal. We really come up here, Tony. It's just spectacular. I have never seen it. All I can say is spectacular, and I know y'all are sick of that word, but my vocabulary is so limited.
Oh, we're down there speechless down here.
The description is... Can you guys see how really spectacular the view is?
We sure can.
Hey, yeah, where's the big eye? There it comes.
We're looking at you.
Look up slope, Tony. Okay, look on up slope and you see all this rock field that we're in here.
It was here that geologists hoped to find evidence of lunar volcanism, but it was not to be. It seemed as if all the rocks and soil on Stone Mountain had been sprayed onto the hillside by ancient impacts. It wasn't all bad, though. Even if there were no volcanics, these breccias will give the scientific community detailed information about how impacts, rather than volcanoes, had shaped the Central Highlands. Working together with cutthroat efficiency, Young and Duke proved once again the value of a well-trained crew.
So that was a very interesting magnetometer reading.
That's what I'm looking for.
Good show. I told him you were.
Whoop. Okay.
We see that one went all the way in.
Not quite. But there it is, all but about 5 inches.
Okay.
And that one was...
Okay, and John, stand by for a feed water tone.
We're getting in an area now at 0.7, 007 at 2.6, where it's more pebbly than cobbly, being 4 centimeters or so. My just fell off. The SCB? No, look and see if it's between my legs. Can you see over there? I can't see. I think it fell between my legs. What thing? My bags. Oh, I didn't see it, John. We got plenty of those. Got plenty? Yeah. Okay. go back or not. I don't think it's worth it.
Okay, and can we have a range bearing, please?
Okay, we're 007 at 2.6, and we can
Okay,
see just the top of Orion.
very good.
And that nav system, Tony, has got us pointed right at it.
Outstanding.
These little, there's a really a glass-covered one right there. Little round, look like a bowling ball. We're doing VMAX now, 8 clicks, 9 clicks. Because we're going up a real steep slope.
Okay, do you have an amp?
You're not, we're all on battery 1?
That's right.
40, yeah. Okay, 40 amps, yeah. Okay, we just topped out on a rise, Tony, and we're going down into another swale. I can see Flag Crater off at 11 o'clock, and we're heading 007. It's boulder strewn on the south side, pointed straight ahead of us, between us and the lunar module. At the, better, Charlie. The range keeps still saying 2.6. I think it's working.
After a record 7-hour and 23-minute moonwalk, the pair go back inside once again. John Young has some less than cordial things to say about the increased citrus in the astronauts' diets.
I'm disappointed again. I've got them again, Charlie. I haven't eaten this much citrus fruit in 20 years. And I'll tell you one thing. In another 12 fucking days, I ain't never eating any more. I put them up over right up in there. They ain't there? Oh, shit.
Orion, Houston.
Yes, sir.
Okay, John, you way have a hot mic.
How long we had that?
On their third and final moonwalk, which unfortunately will be abbreviated to only 5 hours and 40 minutes, the crew will head to the north. Today they will be going downhill towards the North Ray crater.
Where it is? Frame a second. That's it. Apps going on the folder. Put this one on.
After bringing their rover to a stop, the two astronauts then stumble across something unbelievable.
White Rock rescue that Charlie tipped out of. And I guess.
As Mission Control watches the two astronauts approach a small boulder that's close by, they soon realize that the high sun angle on the lunar surface has fooled them. That boulder that you see is neither small nor close by.
Okay, that sounds like a good guess. Look, see this rock right here, Charlie? Look at the size of that rock. We can see. The closer I get to it, the bigger it is. Yeah, but look at the permanent shattered part, Charlie. On this side over here? Yeah. No, yeah. Right here on this one. See that shadow? That must be permanent. No, I bet you it's not.
God, you mean they weren't at it? Go. It looked like they were standing right there. And as our crew slowly sinks, we bet upon it disappears into the sunset.
The radius of curvature. Look at that shatter cone right there, Charlie. I'll be darned. It is? Yeah. Sure. Right there. Yeah. Put your tongs up there and I get a... And take a good picture of that one from Mulberger. Well, that fills that.
Nicknamed House Rock, it is by far the largest boulder ever visited and sampled on the moon. Geologists hypothesize it was thrown out during the violent impact of North Ray crater.
I guess that'd be a new moon speed record, wouldn't it? Yeah.
And all of your
Tony, going
data
back,
looks good.
cross sign. Okay. Going back to cross sign.
After a record 71 hours on the lunar surface, Young and Duke must, like all other crews, make the tearful final steps on the moon.
Home again, jiggity jig.
Okay, we copy that.
Family back. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, reset again. Let's get the shadow quick deal.
How far away is that crater?
There you go. Okay. Man, we come a long way. Hey, John, it's easier to go straight across. That was fun. Well, I haven't had any trouble. Okay. I have a tough time walking up there. Okay. That's about 20 small rocks going into bag 343. Okay, bag 343. That's 3 scoopfuls, Tony. Good show.
Charles Duke leaves behind a portrait of his family, and the two astronauts climb aboard Orion, ready to make a liftoff towards Ken 4 hours later.
Look at that, Charlie. Clean across the crater. Here goes the javelin throw. Wow. Won't win any world record, but... Okay. About to head it to the slip down. There you go. 5-minute operation here. And Houston, this portable life support system is really a good piece of gear. Okay. Okay, it's down here. Are you reading us over?
Yeah, we are. Are you copying us?
Reading us in. Sound like it doesn't. Houston, are you reading us over?
We copy you 5 by. How us?
175 hours into the mission, Orion launches from the moon.
Pitchover's on time.
Roger, we saw this up.
What a ride, what a ride.
Ryan, you go at 1.
Roger, looking good here. Looks good. Roger, looking good. Active things tracking right together, Houston.
Roger. Ryan, you go at 4.
Go at 4. Asset terminated, asset speed, Houston.
Roger.
Doesn't look like it. Don't have any barber poles. There we go. Took a couple extra lurks to get you. Okay, are you free? Okay. Okay, it looks pretty fair. How about if I just retract you?
Casper, let's hold up on the power alarm.
Okay, I'm approaching. Your attitude looks good. I'll tell you when we have captured. Say again? Okay, about 5 feet. I believe we're there. Jasper's captured Orion.
Very good. We were wondering what took you so long.
The trio, once again together, will now spend 23 hours making final observations and deploying their sub-satellite that will map the lunar gravity field. 200 hours, 21 minutes, and 33 seconds after leaving Earth, Apollo 16 departs from orbit of the moon.
The boys are all at the window taking pictures.
Roger.
We got some pictures of Earth
surprised as we were climbing out. I think they were really spectacular.
18 hours later, Ken becomes the second man to make a cislunar spacewalk, retrieving the heavy canisters full of film taken during his 3.5-day science and observation mission in lunar orbit.
Are you not getting a good picture, Hank?
It looks like it might be swung a little too far to the left. We're not sure. That would be the Charlie
I'll
shot.
fix that in a minute. All right. Okay. Stand
During
by.
the spacewalk, Charles Duke notices something interesting.
And I float out and just sort of hooked my feet in the side of the hatch and had his lifeline and was sort of a safety guy. And so I didn't have anything to do, and the Earth was beautiful over here and the moon was up here. And so after about 45 minutes to an hour, I floated back inside because he was finished at the back. Now he had an experiment to do that was anchored to the hatch by a 3-meter pole, so 10 feet away was this biological experiment. So he climbs out and is working on this experiment with his back to me. Mattingly lost his wedding ring inside the spacecraft on the second day. And I'm watching this, the sun's glistening off of him, and it's just, you know, a beautiful sight. And something catches my eye, and I look over, and there's his wedding ring floating out the hatch. And it's just slowly moving, and I'm at the bottom of the spacecraft, and I get wedged in, so by the time I broke loose, I floated after it, and it just cleared the hatch, and I grabbed for it, and I missed it. So it was lost in space, is my thought. And so and then the sun hit it, and it's just glistening in the sunlight, rolling over and tumbling, and slowly floated out. About 5 minutes later, it hit him on the back of the head. Now, the physics of a round helmet and a round ring colliding, and then where's it going to go? The possibility of doing a 180-degree bounce and coming back for the hatch is almost zero, but that's exactly what it did. So it hit the helmet and then started slowly back towards the hatch, and about 5 minutes later, it floated back into the hatch right in front of my face, and I grabbed it. So that's the end of the story. Happy ending.
After his spacewalk, the trio used the most of their final days in microgravity to perform early versions of science experiments that will be flown on the upcoming Skylab space station. Food tests, along with microbiological experiments, are flown uniquely on Apollo 16.
I think we were. The original impression had been mostly volcanics to look for, and I don't think we found the highest percentage of volcanics as we had originally anticipated. So the rocks that we found were unique, that we had never seen before in any of the lunar samples, we feel, and so it was a surprise. Well, let me just say one thing, Hank, and that is, Mr. Descartes said it. He said, there's nothing so far removed from us as to be beyond our reach, or so hidden that we cannot discover it.
We've seen as much in 10 days as most people see in 10 lifetimes.
265 hours after launch, on April 27, 1972, Apollo 16 slams into the atmosphere of Earth, bringing to a close one of the most successful Apollo missions. 16 may have missed its mark in regards to lunar volcanism, but that doesn't lie on the shoulders of the crew. Young, Duke, and Mattingly performed effortlessly, doing what had exhausted the crew of Apollo 15 without breaking a sweat. As 16 touched down gently into the water with all 3 parachutes, NASA began to prepare mankind's as-of-yet final mission to the moon.
You saw an example of goal-oriented teamwork in action. The kind of thing that made this country great, and the kind of thing that's going to keep it that way.